Hello, everyone. I just want to say something that came up when Kate and Laura introduced me. So I was actually around before the Symphony of Possibilities existed. And I remember going to my first ESB class, which is the class that Dane facilitates that comes before the Symphony of Possibilities. And it's the energetic synthesis of being. And it really is a class that builds the platform for us to step into being synthesized with our being, like being the energy that our being is. And and at the time, I I was so amazed that this even existed, that there was energetics of the world. I had grown up so much with just being logic and thoughts and trying to figure everything out that just this, that there was an energetic world that I was part of, changed my whole life. And when we started to facilitate, when Dane started to facilitate those classes, it was such an empowerment because I got to play with the energies. I got to be part of this. I had the chance to start exploring how to move energy, how to open these universes of energy that the Symphony of Possibilities is. And it was like a second revolution because the first one is like, okay, there's an energetic universe that I am part of. And then the second one was, and I can actually facilitate. I I can facilitate a session in this. So for me, the Symphony of Possibilities is this tremendous empowerment of our beings. That the fact that we actually have energetic capacities is just like, wow, nobody told us that. We were like born into this world and it was just forgotten. Nobody gave us this. And it should have been part of that, of our life from the very beginning. And I'm going to use some words in the beginning of this because I wanted to talk a little bit about navigating this world energetically. And Anthony and Dane has already done that. It just comes from different directions, and you hear it when you hear it because everything is energy. Every thought, every feeling, every emotion, every point of view, every conclusion, all of it is energy. And and what I like, once you start to tune into that, there's a whole different way of navigating the world. It's like you're being this conscious participant in a huge cosmic dance, if I'm being poetic, very poetic. And so, what if this solid reality, like this seemingly solid reality that we think we live in, is totally malleable, like really totally malleable? And what if being alive is this pure energetic experience, constantly moving and shifting and changing? So when we don't avoid any energy, we can change anything. But when we conclude or judge or decide that something is right or wrong or good or bad, we stop the energy. We stop that acoustic wave that you've been perceiving in Dane's session and in Anthony's session. We have an enormous power because we can stop energies. And so we stop that, and that acoustic energy like goes into the standstill and nothing moves and it solidifies. And that's when we have the sense of being stuck. And my sense is that this is where this world that right now seems so polarized and separated, where people decide this is good and this is bad and this is right and this is wrong and this is black and this is white. That's why it is so solid and so stuck and so sticky, because the energy can't move. It just like bounces between those poles of right and wrong. Now, what if that solidity isn't real either? So If the whole world is energetic, if everything is energetic and everything is malleable, what if that polarization isn't real? What if what if we can change that by not buying it as real? You can you can start with something as simple as a conversation that you have with someone. And you can start noticing in that conversation, is it flowing? Not if it's like going your direction or where you would like it to go. Is it flowing? Is it like a dance, an acoustic dance? Is the energy of the conversation flowing? Or is there like something sticky? Is there a barrier somewhere? It can be yours, it can be the other person, but something like, is there somebody, one of you that is defending? Like that energy. Notice if it's to have a flow or is it like jumping between the polarity of right and wrong? And if it is, you can be the source for something different, even if something as simple as a conversation, because you are energetically aware. If you're listening to this, if you've been on with Dane, if you've been on with Anthony, if you've been in a symphony class of any kind, if you like, you are energetically aware and you're starting to acknowledge that, which means that you're actually starting to embrace the potency of your own energetic awareness. So you can choose in a conversation, if we use that, like you can choose to ask a question. A question is like your amazing energetic tuning fork. So you can ask a question like, what energy, what space, what consciousness can I be to change this? What energy, space, and consciousness can I be to change this? And in that case, that particular conversation. Because in everything that doesn't allow that, let's uncreate and destroy it. Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 100 shorts, boys, poas, faces, creations, and beyonds. And if you don't know the clearing statement, go to theclearingstatement.com and you get an explanation of another energetic tool. And once you ask this question, notice that you're asking for you to change your energy. Because you can't change someone else. You can't tell them that they should stop having barriers or they should stop thinking in right and wrong. There's no point. We can never change other people and we can be the source of something different. So when you're asking what energy, what space, what consciousness can I be to change this? You're asking to become a source for a different energy. And that different energy becomes a source for the conversation to start flowing. It's simple and it takes that choice. It takes you being willing to use like your energetic tuning forks, a question, the clearing statement, if you're started to use that yet. And you can do it silently. You don't have to tell someone because it is not what you say, it's what you be. It's like that thing we talked, the words aren't, they're not the main thing here. It's the energy that we be that changes everything. That's the magic. And okay, so we can also ask for the symphony. So one of the first things I learned in a symphony class was to ask for the symphony of possibilities, energies to start flowing. So with energy, space, consciousness, choice, magic, miracles, mysteries, power, potency, and possibilities, can we all be? Everyone who's listening to this right now, everyone who will listen to this in the future, can we all be to be the symphony of possibilities in total ease for all eternity? And then let's use that energy to tap into what happens if we're willing to be the source of a different energy in the world. So if you want to, close your eyes. You can keep them open too, but if you'd like, close your eyes just for a moment and get a feeling what it would be like to have this world be everything that you always hoped for. Even the things you didn't even dare to hope for out loud. Let's get that sense. Get the energy, the feeling of what you would like for this world to be like. You can use what they mentioned in the beginning, a world without separation, a world of kindness, of caring, nurturing, a world of true justice, a world with stewardship of and with the planet, co-creating with the earth, with the forests and rivers and oceans and mountains and plants and critters and creatures. Tap into that. A world where statesmen came to the fore and politicians ceased to exist. A world where consciousness infected everything. A world of possibilities, not limitations. A world of possibilities, discovery, and mystery. A world with true environmental awareness. A world with embodiment. That's part of the joy of being. A world with riches and wealth for everyone who are willing to have it. A world that welcomes the X-Men capacities. Get that energy and just allow the symphony of all of that to become nearly like a bubble in front of you. Very undefined bubble. Like a big, 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 big bubble in front of you. A world of all of that. Everything you can hope for, ask for, dreamed of. And then start to pull energy into that bubble. You can put anything in the bubble, anything that you hope for, long for, desire, ask for. Just start pulling even more energy into the bubble. And ask the symphony of possibilities to contribute. Keep pulling from all of the universe. What if it wasn't just you alone asking? What if this new world is created by the energy of everyone and everything who's willing to have that? Keep pulling. And just notice if your heart opens up. Like that area of your body that seems to open when you start receiving. Maybe you start smiling. Keep pulling some more. Allow the symphony to flow through you, through the bubble, through everything as this acoustic, never-ending wave. Everything that doesn't allow you to perceive how easy it is to create a different world. Let's uncreate and destroy that. Right, wrong, good and bad, put and poke, all 100 shorts, boys, poets, faces, creations, and beyonds. And send little trickles of this energy out. All that energy that's in that bubble now that we all are part of creating, just trickle energy from that bubble out into the universe, out to everyone and everything that is going to help to actualize this for you for us. And you can even put that relationship you think you like so much, you can put that in the bubble too. Anything. You get to ask, you get to choose. There's no right, there's no wrong. Just get the energy of you creating with the entire universe, with the whole symphony. Bigger. Just notice the bubble is really big now. It's like a universe. And allow the energy of the bubble to trickle out everywhere. And pull more energy in and trickle energy out for everyone and everything that can contribute. Allow that flow, that acoustic wave to keep moving, keep flowing. It's not your job to figure it out. You don't have to know how. You don't have to compute it. You just have to receive. Be willing to receive. And keep your eyes closed. I'm just going to continue a bit in silence and just allow yourself to keep that flow going, the acoustic wave of the symphony, the pulling into the bubble of a different world with everything you hoped and dreamed for, and trickle that out into the universe to everyone who can contribute for us to become a new reality. Relax into it. You don't need to do anything. Just allow yourself to be part of that flow of gifting and receiving. The acoustic wave of the symphony. You can't do this wrong. You can't be this wrong. Now let's dissolve the edges, any edges of whatever bubble it is. Let's just dissolve it. Whatever edge there is to the bubble that you perceive, just dissolve the edges and allow everything that's in that bubble to be all around you, all around us, all around the earth, everywhere. And just everything that was in that bubble, all the hopes and the dreams and the asks and the requests, and the knowing and the possibilities and the discoveries, the consciousness that's expanded beyond the earth. Let's allow it to be bigger than the universe and even bigger. And just take a deep breath and rest into that. Relax into that. This is our world. This is your world. Keep pulling energy into it. Keep allowing the symphony to flow through it and trickle out energy to anyone, anywhere in any universe that is looking for this world, your world, our world. And if you haven't yet, allow the energy to be inside of you too, just flowing through you like an acoustic wave of possibilities, a symphony. Everything that doesn't allow you to know that you are a source, an energetic source for a different world. Let's uncreate and destroy it. Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 100 shorts, boys, poets, bases, creations, and beyond. Mhm. Okay. Thank you, everyone. What else is possible?